So, just again, but remember, I'm not a Bible thumper, okay? Um, but the reason why I use the Bible is because most of our people, they're familiar with it, and they get most of their ways of thinking and behaving and ethical, traditions from there, amongst other things. Okay, but anyway, so what I do and what I try to do is just focus on the academics, right? The scientific information. Okay, so this is not a religious thing or dogmatic teachings. It's just basic critical thinking things. Okay, so here we see, what's that, John 1:1, it says that God is the Word, right? So when you look up the word word, right, in its etymology, and you go throughout various languages, in particular Latin, right, and Greek, and Latin is important because again, we know the Bibles, the written Bibles, we know that they, when you speak about the Roman Catholic Church, we're talking about Latin. So there's the writings of these books, even James Charles Stewart, aka King James, right? One of the reasons why he wanted to produce an English Bible was because everything was in Latin. And again, for the same reason why I'm making this post, right? He understood language is power. See? So yeah, so Latin is very important. So anyway, so when you go into the Latin and the Greek, you'll find out that this word is actually a scientific term dealing with vocal, verbal, vibration, pulses. And by the way, if you don't know, this little thing right here, this is a picture of an ear and the inner drum of the ear. Okay, just in case you didn't know. But anyway, so this word is actually dealing with the electromagnetism, but the sound part of it, because electromagnetism deals with two parts, right? Light and sound. Okay, but here's the thing. I mean, think about it. I mean, we know that sounds. Let's take music. We know music, sound. These things have an effect on our psyche, or our soul, or our breathing, the breath. So we have to take these words a little deeper than what we have been taught or believed to take them. See? So this word, it's more to it, and that we need to get into and look at it. It's more to this thing. Because we're dealing with word, right? Sounds, vibration, right? Movement. And we know that sound, right? Which is, again, letters, words, again, it's just sound, right? But we know that they're connected with your brain, right? So you have these sound, these waves, these sound waves, but you also have brain waves. And we know these things are interconnected. I mean, it's amazing just the simpleness of, look, my ears are right here on top of my head next to my brain. So sound, when they say God is the Word, this is saying that we should realize and get into the science of how words are being used, how words influence us, how words, change our culture, change the way we do things. Matter of fact, words, sounds, they also can change the physical body. In many ways. So again, when we say words, we're dealing with sound. We're dealing with sound waves. We're dealing with movement. So, think about it. Someone telling you they love you, that alters you. Hearing a nice, beautiful song, that alters you. That affects you. So make the connection. There's more to it. Right, when it says God is the Word. And then, like, wow, the Word was in the beginning. Wow, the word, sound, vibrate, the sound waves, vibration was here in the beginning. So just do your critical thinking and just look into this. It's so much more here. Okay, so I'm not gonna make this video long. Okay, so again, as always, this is our true history, language, and culture.